Psalm 35, this is by David reflecting upon his relationship with Saul. And Saul hated David and persecuted him and was horrible to him. And at times David prays in the Psalms for God to judge Saul. But then when Saul does die, he is heartbroken about it. So be careful what you pray for, because it will actually come true. Well, he says about Saul that I behaved myself as though it had been my friend or my brother. I bowed down mourning as a man who mourns for his mother. What's unique about how a man mourns for his mother? Why does he use that? A male for his mother, not a daughter for her mother, not a daughter for her father, but a man mourning for his mother. And I believe the thing is that when a man mourns his mother, as I have done, you mourn because you feel I didn't appreciate her as I should have done. And so he's saying, that is how I felt when Saul died. I mourn for him as a man mourns for his mother. Saul was a terrible guy and judged by God, basically, but David is saying, I wish I'd appreciated his good side more. Well, we all have enemies, and we all struggle with certain people. And yet, David's example of genuine love for Saul, for his enemy, really sets us a great challenge. That if David, a man of emotion and passion who cussed his enemies and got angry and furious about this, that and the other, if this man, as a believer in God and a recipient of God's grace, could feel like that for Saul, for his worst enemy, what about us? And even further, if that was the level of love that a man, with all a man's limitations, could achieve for us, for his enemies, what about the love of God and the love of the Lord Jesus for us? For we who are not against him, who love him, just that we're weak, but we are not enemies against him. We love him. We're not persecuting him. So we have here an absolute challenge, don't we? To love enemies, to see there is some good that we ought to appreciate more in all men, even our enemies.